Look, the reality is that most people who start an agency never break $3,000 a month. I should know, I failed with my first two agencies before I finally built one that worked. Here's the interesting part. What made the difference wasn't some magical offer or fancy marketing trick. It was something completely different that none of those gurus or courses ever mentioned. Today, I'm sharing the lessons that separated my failures from my successes, so you don't have to waste 6 months to a year of your life like I did, chasing all the wrong things. Quick introduction, my name's Mason Storm. I'm not some millionaire guru showing off rented Lambos. I'm just a kid who tried all the business models from online dropshipping to Amazon FBA to affiliate marketing and failed. I started a lead gen agency that crashed. I attempted a web design agency that barely made any money. And I finally built an agency that actually works. My first two agencies, they made maybe $2,000 before I stopped running them. And I was doing everything most courses taught, building a fancy landing page, website, crafting irresistible offers, watching endless YouTube content. But my third agency hit 5K a month within 90 days. So what changed? That's what this entire video is about. And trust me, it's probably not what you're expecting. The first brutal truth I had to learn in the beginning is that there is no business, there is just you. The fancy name, the LLC, the website, all these things are meaningless if you aren't optimized for success. When I started my first two agencies, my daily routine was a mess. I'd sleep until noon, work random hours, skip workouts, and wonder why I couldn't focus for more than 30 minutes. I'd watch YouTube videos between work sessions and get frustrated when clients weren't magically appearing. I'd think to myself, why isn't this working? I'm doing everything these people are telling me to do. But then it hit me. A business doesn't magically run itself. It doesn't magically get you clients. It's just you doing the work until it's not. So I made 3 critical changes. First, I started treating my health like a business asset. I know that sounds basic, but I began waking up at a specific time, working out, and dialing in my diet. The mental clarity difference was day and night. I could focus for 3-4 hours straight instead of 30 minutes without constant distractions. Second, I accepted that there would be seasons of all work and no reward. Not forever, but definitely for the first few months. I remember one weekend when my friends were planning a trip, part of me wanted to go, but I knew those same hours could be spent building my outreach systems and contacting potential clients. So I chose the work. That weekend, I turned those discovery calls into clients. And that $1,500 I made because I stayed home that weekend funded the next 3 months of my business. Sometimes the sacrifice is worth it. Now, I know that doesn't happen often and it's not as simple as that. So that's why I became obsessive about time management, not fancy systems. I literally just divided my day into 3 parts. Deep work in the mornings, which can be client fulfillment, client acquisition during the day, so outreach emails, cold calls, because I'm in Europe, so there's a time difference. So for you, it might be different. And then learning/improving or planning in the late evenings when you aren't as sharp due to fatigue. I was spending 70% of my time on busy work that felt productive but generated no results. If you want a 6-figure agency, your sleep, diet, and focus are worth more than any software you'll ever buy. Every productive hour compounds, and every distraction will cost you potential growth. So let's talk about the big agency lie in the space. Just create an irresistible offer and you'll sign clients easily. Here's what nobody tells you. A mediocre offer to the right person is worth 100 times more than an amazing offer to the wrong person. It's like trying to sell ice cream during a snowstorm. It doesn't matter how good your ice cream is, nobody wants it. With my failed agencies, I spent weeks crafting the perfect offer. I had packages, pricing tiers, bonuses, guarantees, the whole 9 yards, but I was pitching them to the wrong people. Need social media marketing? I do social media marketing. Want a website? I can build a website. With my most successful offer, I did the complete opposite. I created a basic service with one price. For you, it might look like optimizing landing pages for fitness coaches to increase booked calls. Nothing fancy, but at least you are extremely specific about who you are talking to. Instead of business owners who need marketing, target online fitness coaches with at least 5,000 Instagram followers who are running ads but are struggling to convert traffic into booked calls. The difference is when you talk to these specific people, they feel like you were reading their mind. You knew their exact problems, used their language, and could reference specific examples relevant to their business. You end up realizing that the how doesn't matter because they don't care how you're going to do it. They care about what result you are going to get them. You could provide 2 different services, maybe even more, for that one offer. Could be copywriting or adding an AI chatbot. The point is focusing on the what/who and reverse engineer a solution, and it doesn't have to be fancy. So here's what I want you to do instead of obsessing over creating the perfect offer. Spend that time clearly defining the exact person you can help right now. What specific industry do they work in? What stage in their business are they at? What specific problem keeps them up at night? What result do they want the most? Get that clarity and suddenly your basic service becomes irresistible, but only to them. And quite frankly, that's all that matters. The third big shift that changed everything was stop trying new things constantly. This absolutely killed my first 2 agencies. I started with Facebook ads, then a client would ask about TikTok, so I'd pivot. Then I'd see someone talking about email marketing, and then I'd switch again. I was constantly starting over at level 1, never getting anything to level 5. So my advice is don't be the multi-tool that never gets sharp. Pick one blade and sharpen it daily, and you'll cut through the market while everyone else is still figuring out what to sell. With my third agency, I picked one service and one target client, and I went all in on that for at least 3 months. No exceptions, no pivot, no shiny object distractions. My positioning was simple. I help insurance agencies get more leads with systems. That's it. No full service digital marketing, no we do it all, just that specific service for that specific person. After 6 weeks of focus, something amazing happened. Who would have thought? I started getting good at my service. I began noticing patterns, developing shortcuts, and predicting problems before they happened. Clients were getting better results, I was finishing work faster, and because I was delivering one service repeatedly, all I had to do was copy and paste, which allowed me to start building a track record of specific results. So when a potential client asks, can you show me what you've done before? I have multiple examples of the exact thing they need, not a random collection of different projects. So now you're probably wondering what to do with all this information. Right now, pick one service, define it in a single sentence, then commit to delivering only that service for the next 90 days. No matter what shiny object appears, no matter what new opportunity comes up, it doesn't matter if it's AI or any new opportunity, just focus on that one thing until it becomes reality. Now let's talk money. When I started my first 2 agencies, I wasted over $2,000. Now for you, that might not be too expensive, or it might be all the money you have. For me, it was a lot. I spent it on premium website builders, fancy CRM systems, automation tools, logo design, and business cards. Yes, seriously, I bought business cards. And guess how many clients those brought me? Absolutely 0. And so what I came to realize is that if you're putting your money into branding before you have clients, it's like pouring water into a leaking bucket. Fix the leak, fill the bucket up with clients, and then get fancy. With my third agency, I spent money on exactly one thing: marketing and outreach. That's it. My website was a Go High Level template. My CRM was Go High Level because I took advantage of the free trials. But I invested in tools that would get me in front of my potential clients, like LinkedIn Sales Navigator, MailScale, Instantly, Prosper, Snov, Appify for scraping leads. All these tools help me get in front of my ideal client. Here's why this matters. In the beginning, you don't have a traffic or conversion problem. You have an awareness problem. Nobody knows you exist. Fancy systems don't solve awareness problems. Only direct outreach does. My outreach system was simple. Find 20 potential clients each day on LinkedIn, send them a personalized connection request, follow up with a value-focused message, not pitching, share one specific insight about their business, and then ask if they'd be open to a quick call to discuss more if they showed interest. And that's it. No fancy automation, no complex funnels, just consistent focused outreach. Yes, I took advantage of softwares, but they're easy to set up nowadays with AI, and most of them do the work for you. So let's recap on what actually matters when starting your first agency. First is optimizing yourself. This includes health, focus, and time management. Second, focus on the right person, not just a perfect offer. 3 is pick one service and become exceptional at it before expanding. 4th is spending money only on marketing and client acquisition early on. If I could restart my agency journey tomorrow, here's exactly what I do. Wake up at the same time every day, even though I know that's simple, but I spend 4 hours a day on direct outreach, define one extremely specific service and client, invest only in tools that get me in front of prospects, and that's it. The truth is, building an agency isn't complicated. It's just hard work focused in the right direction. You don't need a fancy system, complex strategies, or secret hacks. You need clarity and focus with consistent action. Your agency isn't a website or a logo. It's your discipline, focus, and the ability to get in front of real clients. Start there because everything else is just noise. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that subscribe button because I'm creating more content like this to help beginners that are stuck just like I was. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.